It is a well-known fact that there are many, many great comic books within the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Series like Tales of the Jedi, Republic, the original Marvel series, the Legacy comics, Dark Times, and so many others that have captivated fans' imaginations and been critically acclaimed by both Star Wars fans and comic book fans. You can't really go wrong when picking a Star Wars comic book. The roster from both Marvel and Dark Horse for the Expanded Universe has always been very, very solid. And one of the many beloved comic books within the Star Wars Expanded Universe is Crimson Empire, the comic book series that made the Imperial Red Guards cool. Chronicling the adventure of Imperial Guard Kir Kanos and another Imperial Guard, Karnor Jax, there are so many great moments in the Crimson Empire trilogy of comic books. It started in 1997 with Crimson Empire, that would finish in the year 1998. Crimson Empire was such a smash hit, and it had sprung from Dark Empire, so there was a lot of hype around it. And due to its success, Crimson Empire 2 immediately came out in 1998 and was a bit rushed, which may or may not have had an impact on the quality of the story, but nonetheless it was released in 1998 and concluded in 1999. Crimson Empire 2 received the subtitle Council of Blood. And there were immediate plans for a Crimson Empire 3, due to a one-off comic called Hard Currency that was written to be sort of a prologue to Crimson Empire 3. But due to New Jedi Order coming out, which was a big deal for the Star Wars continuity, the decision was made by Dark Horse to put it on hold. They didn't want to interfere with any of the continuity. And it would be many, many years until we actually did see Crimson Empire 3, Empire Lost, way later, in 2010. Crimson Empire 3 is not critically acclaimed, and a lot of fans aren't a big fan of the art style, the storylines, or the presentation of the characters. Randy Stradley had less involvement in Crimson Empire 3, so perhaps this is why there was such a drastic drop-off. But regardless, fans were clamoring for Crimson Empire 3 for many years. People were constantly asking Randy Stradley and Mike Richardson, when are we getting Crimson Empire 3? We've got to get Crimson Empire 3. In the nearly decade and a half it took for Crimson Empire 3 to hit our shelves, other writers within the Star Wars Expanded Universe poked a little bit of fun at Crimson Empire 3, and the fact that, well, we didn't have it yet. And on March 21st of 2002 was when we really saw the first instance of Expanded Universe authors and contributors being aware that fans wanted a Crimson Empire 3, despite the fact that we didn't have one yet, and decided to poke a little fun about that with a little reference. And on March 21st, 2002, there was published one of the many in-universe HoloNet News online issues. This specific one being HoloNet News Volume 531, number 48. And it was set 22 years before the Battle of Yavin, so around the time of Attack of the Clones. And in this, there was a little blurb about a person who reviewed holofilms. I'll read this specific in-universe HoloNet News short story. It says, Core World's Node. At a gathering of the most influential media critics, Core World Critics Association President Jason Namor began lambasting the holomedia industry on the upcoming summer season. Some readers say I've been writing the same review for the past 5 years. Well, that's because Ardalon keeps pumping out the same holo for the past 5 years, said Namor, eliciting applause from her colleagues. Her tirade included the usual attack against cardboard characterization, offensive liquid-based humor, bone-numbing full sim effects, and juvenile, anthropocentric plots. Not having seen the holos, she nonetheless panned the anticipated summer titles: Cataclysm Prism 4, Whelping Day, Split Infinitive, Lightspeed Lightweight, Tentakill 5, Another Idiot's Array 2, Crimson Empire 3, and A Google of Gorns. All of these sound like thrilling titles that I would personally absolutely love to see. But it sounds like the state of media for holofilms around the time of Attack of the Clones was very similar to the state of movies in our world in 2023 and 2024, with tired old plot cliches and cardboard characters that no one cares about. It sounds like the Star Wars universe in 22 BBY was in the same spot as 2024 film and cinema. And one of these films that is being panned is Crimson Empire 3, which we now know is an in-universe film. And since it's called Crimson Empire 3, from that we can backwards deduce that there was a Crimson Empire and Crimson Empire 2 before that. Now, what were these about? They could have been about anything. And since they predate the existence of the Emperor's Royal Guards, they were currently blue at this time, not red. So since this holofilm predates that, we can deduce that it's about something else, probably. Could have been about anything. But the fact exists that a movie in universe was called Crimson Empire 3, and that it was panned by this critic Jason Moore. A clear reference to Crimson Empire 3, which we wouldn't get for another 9 years. But the writers were acknowledging it with this fun little wink. And I think that's just so cool. I love when the expanded universe does unexpected, wacky things, when it's self-aware, when it establishes some interesting lore like this. And I just find this really interesting overall. And hopefully you guys did too. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Were you surprised that Crimson Empire 3 exists as an in-universe holofilm? I sure was surprised to know it, but we can credit HoloNet News Volume 531, number 48, for establishing that a Crimson Empire 3 holofilm existed in universe. Perhaps Kirk Hanos gave it a watch one day.